always his work my father cared about. His research. He tried to save his work. I tried to save him.
Hello there, Sera from 17 once again, introducing you to my Gears of War 3 Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. And this is Act 2, Chapter 2, House of Sand. And it's another long one. And the worst thing about long commentaries are if you do them in one take and you've got a coffee with you, it's bloody cold at the end of it, which absolutely sucks, but I'm sure I'll survive. So this level is when this stuff starts getting a little bit more challenging, and the main reason is all to do with diggers. Diggers are bastards, man. They are so much more deadlier than all the other boomers because it goes through cover. Standard boomers, they can be a bastard if there's anything behind you because they'll kill you with splash damage every time, and I absolutely hate them for it. Grinders are pathetic unless they've got you out in open space. Maulers are even more pathetic because they're completely useless unless they're 5 yards from you, and that's when they decide to drop the mauling flail. And I can't remember any other... Butchers... Butchers might as well not even be in it, they're just sponge bags. That's all they are, they just absorb bullets, that's it. Garbage. But diggers, wow. So much more deadly than anything else Epic have ever created. Absolutely ridiculous. But when you push through here, that's going to seal the way behind you. And then you're going to be balls deep in the second chapter. So when we go out here, you're going to get introduced to a corpser. It's only a little corpser though, it's like an infant corpser. And I keep saying I don't know why. I never really used to do that, but I keep noticing it recently, and it's kind of bullshit, and I don't like it. I think I'm a bit more of an eloquent guy than that, and I like to join words with either constructive silences or other words, as opposed to just going eee all the time. But this is the corpser. He does a little bit of a flamboyant dance before he comes out, and they're kind of interesting, these enemies, because on hardcore I didn't have a problem with them. On insane, you kind of get hit by, you kind of get screwed, sorry, by the hit detection. And what I mean by that is he goes into ground, he burrows into the ground like that, and he comes at you like a tremor. And what he does when he comes out is he uses one leg and he stabs twice. There you go, 2 stabs. If he hits you with that, and he will hit you with that at some silly ranges sometimes because it seems to have crazy range, it will kill you on insane. And the only surefire way of dodging it is to wait for him literally to get to you and then dash to the left or roll to the right type thing. That seems to be the best technique for it. But on insane, I didn't need to do that, and I just kind of ran away, or I just moved out of its way. I tried doing it on hardcore. That's what I used to do. I tried it on insane, and it's just insta-death. And she doesn't even have to... She doesn't. I don't even know if it's she. It doesn't have to hit you. It can just be close to you and it'll still kill you. And I thought it was very cheap. And you're gonna... I've just done it again. I said her again. Fucking hell, I'm useless. But you're gonna have to get used to fighting the corpses, because there's a boss fight coming up when there's loads of them. But when you come around here, there's a bunch of Locust up on this little pedestal. They've all got... the superior advantageous position to you. One of them's got a sniper rifle. There's a grinder to my left on a rock face that's kind of just stood up there chilling. And I do believe there's a digger. Yeah, he's there. Look at him, cheeky bastard. Just trottling along. That's the digger, that's the digging explosive. Roll like a psychopath, and as soon as he's down, you're safe. But just keep lancing away, and I'm sure I get screwed on this level, because I recorded it. Did I record it today? No, I recorded this yesterday, sorry. And I do believe I go back to pick up that digger's gun, and I end up picking up a hammerburst by accident, and I try using the digger on the next section, and I don't have it. So let's see what happens here. That is a hammerburst. I've just swapped out for a digger. I pick a lancer up, drop a hammerburst. Yeah, I didn't pick the digger up. Goodness me, I'm a retard. So I would recommend picking it up, because as soon as you go towards this doorway, it's going to trigger a trap. And a bunch of Therons with butcher knives are going to come at you. They're really vicious. They will kill you on insane. There's also a new mechanic there that you've just seen. Those guys with the horns, or the horn should I say, can be blown by any of the Locust. They will alert dudes to your presence, basically. So, as funny as these guys are, and as pathetic as they look, they can be very deadly if they get close. Just kill them with whatever you can. And oh god, look how close these people are to my cover. I just hate it when your team get in your cover space. You can't move. Sometimes you can't go in cover. It's just terrifying. So right now is about the time I'm probably going to think about using the digger, and I don't have it. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's my digger? So this could have been much easier if I'd just had that. I could have taken out multiple opponents, but instead I had to waste my Lancer ammo. But it's not too much of a problem because I do go and grab it afterwards, and I do believe there's another encounter where I use it, and it does pay off. But this is not too bad as long as you keep them away. If they get close, you're going to be in a world of hurt, but as long as they stay at a distance, you should be fine. So now that I'm kind of scorned and butthurt about not having the digger, even though I could have sworn I picked it up, even though I didn't, I go back and grab it. So there it is. And I was saying to my buddies the other day that the digger looks a hell of a lot like the Gorgon pistol, and I do understand that it's the same kind of model design of the weapons, because one thing that you will notice when it comes to people that make weapons for a living, i.e., you know, like the developers like Heckler and Koch and all them kind of dudes, the Italian Berettas and stuff like that, the weapons all look very similar. They're just mild iterations of each other, and I don't know if that was what the designer had intentions with the new weapon, but sometimes when you see them on floor, I literally think that the Gorgon pistols, I don't think the diggers, and something I'm going to have to get used to. But this bit is really stupid. I don't like this part. As soon as you skip the cutscene, sprint. Sprint all the way down here. What's going to happen is 2 Locusts are going to abseil down, and I chainsaw one, and this works nearly every time. It looks like you're going to die, but you don't. Chainsaw him, I would never normally advocate it, but this does work. I've done this maybe 10 times because I fucked this up. It's a long fight and there's no checkpoints. So, kill his buddy over there. This bit is simple. Where it gets difficult is when the diggers turn up. And I'm telling you, man, it's them motherfucking JCBs. They ruin everything. They make it so challenging. So, the one thing I've noticed about the diggers as well, their weapon seems to go a hell of a lot farther than yours does. So when you fire it, and you're firing at a digger himself, his will almost every time go further than yours, and you need to be aware of this, because using a digger against a digger is not generally the best idea. But when you come up this little avenue here, this is where they're going to spawn. And you can tell I've died because I know they're up there, and I'm trying to preemptively hit them with the digger. That guy is on one of those improvised turrets that have the 4 retro lancers on them, and he is a magician with that turret. He can shoot you so accurately, yet when you get on it, it's a piece of shit. So be careful with him. He will kill you. I'm trying to hit him with the digger, but it doesn't have that kind of range, even though I've experimented a lot with it in beast mode, and I love it. It's one of my new favourite weapons. I'm really digging the digger. And that right then shit me up so bad. I literally filled my pants. That, I filled it more. And his buddy filled them again. I'm literally sat here in a nappy full of shit, because one ticker is enough to kill you, let alone 3 of them. Luckily enough, for whatever reason, they were being lazy, they were being lackadaisical, and I somehow survived. But that's what this game boils down to a lot of the time, dumb luck. And as much as I like Gears, I don't think the old games were as dependent on luck as this one is, because one thing I can say in pure confidence, you never fought this much enemies at the same time on the old Gears. There just wasn't that many dudes on screen. You generally came up against a group of 5. It was in an environment where you could get all strategic and take them down with however you wanted to. Gears of War 3 goes, fuck that. We're going to throw loads at people. We're going to make it into a massive, intense firefight, every firefight. And there's a part of me that likes playing games that loves that. But there's a part of me that likes beating games on the hardest difficulty that knows it's going to be an absolute shit stab. And some encounters, you literally get to the point where you've just fired your last snub bullet because you've got no bullets in any of your other guns, and you're like, how the fuck are they still coming? How is this even possible? And that's what's fascinating about this kind of a challenge. To be so different from the old games in difficulty is unbelievable. And a buddy of mine called Dave called it so well. And if you're listening to this, Dave, I don't think you will, because you're a busy guy these days, but man, you fucking called it. And what he said was, the day before this came out, he goes, I think it's going to be hard, me. And I actually kind of goated him a bit, and I was like, what are you on about? It's going to be hard. It's going to be like all the Gears. As long as you play them right, you'll be able to shit on it. Be a piece of cake. And it didn't. This game is hard, man. There are some parts of this game that are really challenging. There are other parts that are really cheap. And If you're playing on normal or you're playing on casual, you're probably thinking I'm drunk or stoned, and all this stuff I'm saying, all this stuff I'm giving you tips on, is based off the game on its harder difficulties. If you play on the earlier ones, you can run into everybody and shoot them and have the time of your life and never even understand what the game over screen is. If you try doing that on hardcore or insane, you're probably going to sell the game because you will get shit on so bad. And right now, you're probably wondering why I'm running around picking ammo up, aside from the fact I've got none. And the reason why I'm being so cowardly right here is because I know there's a digger. I can hear him, and there hasn't been a checkpoint, and I don't want to do that fight again, and I don't know where he is. There he is. So he says dig, that means the digger's coming, run away. And what I do here is, I thought he was going to chase me, but he doesn't, you see. I don't know if he's stuck in his programming loop of his scripted path. I don't know what he's doing, but he's camping. He's being a camping bitch. And he sits up on this hill, in this high ground, and he will not come to me no matter what I do. And every time I go up there, he fires another digger at me. So what it becomes is this really gay cat and mouse, where I go up, I shoot him, he fires, I run away. I go back up, I shoot him, he fires, I run away. And that's literally how I beat this guy. And I do apologise, guys, if this looks gay or cheesy, but I was not wasting, 5 to 10 minutes of a massive firefight on dying to a digger's bullshit weapon. There's just no need. Sometimes you need to take the slow road, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So just don't stay up there too long, and the digger won't give you any problems. And don't get too cocky as well, because it looks like it misses me from a mile, but that thing will pop out of the ground and end your day if you're not careful. It doesn't care who you are. So now that that's done, I can honestly say I believe that is the last challenging part of this level, but I may be wrong. So here, yeah, this is an interesting one. A bunch of reinforcements are coming. You'll notice 2 diggers, goddamn diggers, and there's also one of these catapult guys. And this thing doesn't have unlimited ammo. For some reason I thought it did, so you'll notice I waste it. But I would definitely say try and pick your shots with this thing. Try and kill as many of the Locust as you can, because it's going to save you ammo in the long run. I just kind of spammed it, and it turns out you only get about 4 shots, and then it decides to stop firing. But if you're going to hit something, it generally does that little slow-mo, although I didn't hit anything then, which was kind of gay. That's it running out of ammo. There's some ammo there, and there's some grenades to my left behind that fence. I don't know if I saw them. I'm sure I saw them. And there's a sniper rifle, so use this as cover and pop some faces. 2 sniper shots will kill the digger. I don't know if actives makes a difference. It should though, because actives generally are instant headshots or super damage. Only problem with the sniper rifle is the more times you hit the active, the harder it becomes to do. There I go, I fucked it up. But 2 shots on a regular will still kill them, and we have 8 shots to make the most of. I'm not doing the best job, but if you take your time and place your shots, you should be okay. One thing that sucks about Gears, if you've never played, view kick. So anybody that's, Call of Duty Black Ops thinks when you're aiming down sights and you get shot, there's too much view kick. You have never played Gears. Gears takes view kick to another dimension because your screen will dance like MC Hammer. It is ridiculous. And all it takes is 1 bullet, but it will detour your sniper round. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable how much kick you get. And this section right here, I thought it was going to be challenging, and you'll notice I take a wide berth and I act like a massive coward, because that's pretty much the best way of getting through Insane, is to keep as much distance as possible. And this fight isn't too bad, because for some reason the Locust never came for me. They never got interested in coming down to my vantage point. They focused on my team. And because my team's there shooting them, I can come over to the side and I can just pick my shots and take my time. The only threat you're going to get is over there, which is a digger, but I know this range is too far for him to even attempt to shoot me, because you have to be within reasonable range of them for them to fire, and if you're out of it, you can just cream them like I just did him. But listen for the toll. There's no toll, which means there's somebody still alive, and now is the ever terrifying job of pushing forward tentatively and praying somebody doesn't get a one-shot on you. There's the toll, there's the objective, there's the checkpoint. So, yeah, just keep pushing forward, and I will see you in the next video, guys. So thanks for watching. Oh, actually, this is not the end. I get to pick up some ammo. Yeah, some ammo. Nice. So, my first thoughts were, there's going to be a boss. There's too much ammo here. They're preparing me up for a boss. They're lubing me up to get bummed. And it turns out there's not a boss just yet. But pick up the ammo. push forward, and I'll see you in the next level, guys. Thanks for watching. You take care now.